Welcome to
the dark side of coffee.
Hi everyone, we're group number 5. We're doing our organizational behavior final assignment, the dark side on the dark side of coffee. I have Sergio here with me, who has started his own coffee brand, Aroma Maya. You may have heard of it. We're going to ask some questions, and I guess we'll start off with the first question being, what motivated you to start a fair trade business?
Well, I've seen farmers in Guatemala who have been doing the same thing for so many years, and they don't seem to improve at all. You just see them doing the same thing over and over. So their living situation doesn't seem to improve, like I said, and some of these people find themselves obligated to get a second job because farming doesn't really pay their bills and food, right? To support their family.
So moving on to the second question, what is your role as a fair trade supporter?
I believe that businesses should take an active role in helping people who need help, right? So Aroma Maya uses, besides using fair trade products, we also use 5% or slightly above from profits to donate to local food banks and entrepreneurs in Guatemala.
Kurt, can you tell me what fair trade is?
trade fairly with people.
Not quite. Does anyone else in the classroom know what fair trade is?
I do. Actually, according to Google, fair trade is trade in which fair prices are paid to producers in developing countries.
That was correct.
Crushed it.
Fair trade is a very important thing to support. Not only does it help the farmers producing the products, but it helps their communities as well.
What benefits does buying fair trade provide to local coffee farmers that you support?
Well, I guess it provides them the opportunity of making a living of farming, which is, I guess, what they're good at. In this case, coffee, right? Growing coffee.
So them enjoying what they do, what they're good at. Along with that comes medical benefits. In the end, they all these premiums that they get from the fair trade prices or the higher prices.
Exactly. Yeah.
They get to kind of bring back into the community. What type of relationship do you have with the coffee farmer that you support, and how has this relationship developed?
Well, before I started Aroma Maya, I went on vacation with my family to a place in Guatemala, and we visited a coffee farm. And I met this guy there who who's one of the farmers. His dad started it over 60 years ago, I believe. and he gave us a tour and everything, and just seeing his passion in growing coffee and how how he was able to make a living off it, and he recently started his own restaurant, like beside the farm, and just seeing all that, like I was like, this is so cool,
Yeah.
right? So then when I came to Canada in January, I was like, okay, I want to start a coffee business now,
Okay.
and well, now we have a pretty good relationship, I would say. Like we communicate on a regular basis. We just email back and forth. And when I was in Guatemala again this August, my family and I went to visit him and his family. He even got staff shirts made. He was pretty proud about them.
So our last question that we have for Sergio is, where can we find your product if we wish to support Aroma Lana?
If you want to buy a cup of coffee, you can buy it upstairs at the KCIC cafe, and also you can buy it if you want to buy the bags. You can buy it at the Union Market. It's also available at Henny Penny's and Yamanas and Pete's and Fast Cafe.
And we hope that some of our peers can kind of take a look at what fair trade is and how it kind of socially supports the communities. And I hope you realize that there's many benefits to buying fair trade coffee, even something as small as coffee. You can go a step further and look at clothing and all the different things that you buy in your life. There's always some type of fair trade that you could purchase.
I bought my coffee because it was fair trade. $2 extra, but that's okay. Because I like supporting farmers in developing countries, so I will pay an extra $1 any day.
We support
Fair trade.
coffee.